I just received a call. Was on the phone for about an hour. Talking with a brother in Christ about the issue that I've been addressing lately. And I did not even know the half of it. I didn't know who the worst culprits were or what was even being said or the extent of the problem. I did not know. I had no clue. Because I naturally, I wouldn't have thought that it would be that bad. As I'm getting off the phone with this brother in Christ, I get another call after an hour and 4 minutes, and I said, so and so's trying to call me, and they said, go ahead, take that. And this Orthodox Christian who actually sacrificed a lot to be Orthodox, and it's not just that, it's not just a pride thing, was frantic with what's going on. I did not realize the extent. The danger to that person, the analogy was they're mixing ammonia and bleach and nobody is saying anything. I'm speechless of how drastic this situation is. There's a girl named Pret, and from the moment of talking with her, she says, I'm not Eastern Orthodox yet. She has her own situation. Actually, whether she knows it or not, economia has been granted to her in her situation. But anytime she doesn't know the answer to a question, like about Orthodoxy, if she doesn't know for certain what it is, she'll say, I don't know, or maybe, in Hangouts, maybe Yusuf should answer this. Now let me change gears here to problems. When you're speaking about Orthodoxy, well, in my view, those words never come up, or how I see it, or this is the way I look at it, that never is spoken. Because there's no individualism. It's not your view. I was told by a brother in Christ that there's somebody who says they're Orthodox Christian. And when they're asked, oh, you're baptized? Yeah, I've been baptized. Oh, when's the last time you took the Eucharist? 2 months ago. You have to play 20 questions before you get to them saying, well, no, I'm actually in no way Eastern Orthodox. Or I'm Eastern Orthodox, but if somebody asks, I'll tell them that I'm not even a catechumen. And I'm not even being catechized right now. Because catechesis can start before becoming catechumen. It often does. But saying they're Orthodox, going on shows. This is where the call came from. There's 2 shows back to back, 2 interviews. And one is dealing with limited atonement. What's the Orthodox view on atonement? Which do we accept? How do we accept them? Why do we accept them? Why is this our view? Why is this our belief? Why is this or these compatible? Where does that come from? Can that answer be... if we're talking about atonement and limited atonement, and this person's representing themselves as Eastern Orthodox, and even the attitude, like I said before, that, well, in my view, well, in this view, or catechumens are people who have been catechumens for 2 years are very wary of calling themselves Eastern Orthodox. Even monks will say, Well, I'm trying to be Eastern Orthodox, right? Because that's the entrance, right? The entrance is baptism, right? Baptism, chrismation, that's the entrance. And your baptism is valid in the United Orthodox Church only through the completion with the chrism, right? As for being a part of the Eastern Orthodox Church. I'm a surgeon. I'm a heart surgeon. Well, have you gone to med school? No. I'm just EKG. But that's a bad analogy because this is somebody who is extremely active in a ministry at another denomination, teaching children. So is this lying to children, misrepresenting yourself, or this has, I mean, I can't even speak right, have my thoughts straight. I didn't know the depth to which this was major, and the last video I had to private it because it was, I felt it was too, because what I quoted, Matthew 7:5, where it says, take the plank out of your own eye and clear your own eye before you take the speck of dust out of your brother's. That does not apply in this situation. And there are many people who are worried about the listeners who may be interested in Eastern Orthodoxy. Those who are Orthodox, those who are potentially Orthodox, and the person themselves were actually extremely concerned for. I mean, like mixing ammonia and bleach. And one of the most concerning things is people who don't know what they don't know. I mean, unless you're active, right? I mean, here's a question. What are the greatest three problems within the church, problems that are coming from within the church right now that are affecting the church? The great people of Orthodoxy haven't gone to, it's not people who go to universities. They do that to get an education, but it's people who spend time in prayer. The Orthodoxy is communion. It's people. It's being part of that. It's spending time with people, and you learn about stuff, and you learn things you wouldn't even know. I was even told that somebody was talking to this person. They said, "Yeah, I took the Eucharist," and then it was actually just prosperity bread. A brother informed me of this, and it's very scary. And I guess they're going on a fairly prominent show, two fairly prominent shows. And this is somebody who will say that they're Orthodox unless somebody, everybody will take that at face value. I'm Eastern Orthodox. But the people would need to know that's not correct and ask them again specifically, and then they'll say, well, no, I'm actually not catechized, not baptized in the Orthodox Church, not chrismated into there, not taking the Eucharist, not a confessing member of the Eastern Orthodox communion. But when you say you're Eastern Orthodox, no caveats, which Pret, she's the opposite, she does this very well. And then you go on to talk about, let's say, atonement, and you have no clue what the Eastern Orthodox stance is on atonement, what our view is. Or maybe I should say views. But yeah, I did not realize how bad this has gotten. And those brothers and sisters who had contacted me, those confessing, believing people who were Orthodox Christians for years, who had called me, said, this person cannot do these two shows. And I said, yeah, that's right. And unless they are willing to get some humility and say, look, I actually, there's a shitload I don't know about Eastern Orthodoxy. And I'm not an ambassador of the church. Which needs to be said outright.